All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market. Today is the 24th, right? So we've got Monday. This is gold. So we've got Monday, Tuesday. Now remember, we're the Friday, Wednesday, Friday. So let me just get rid of this. So we're the Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday market. As you know, I was long on that day, took profit. Market sold into Friday. That's fine too. This place is a little tricky because I'll tell you why it's tricky. Because we've got an impulse down, move to the upside, can still push down. And today is a bit of a disruptive day. So on the daily PST, you can see 48.50. This zone is good. Okay, 48.50, which is 4,021 and 4,044. Okay, so those are the two values. But if you check the weekly on the PST, I've got 64.65. It's a price of 4,014 and 3,997. So I've marked them all down here. Now, if we break below this, do not stand in front of it because they might just terrorize the market and push us down. You see on the weeklies, we've got gaps. You see on the weekly, I know it sounds crazy, but what the hell? I'll put this here weeks in advance because if we hit a downwards push, okay, we'll come down. Now, I'm not saying they're going to push it down. I'm just saying until this breaks, we can still be bullish. But if it does break, don't stand in front of it. So if you want to buy, buying levels, as you can see, daily, weekly. All right. So good times to trade. Now, until 8:20 my time, which is 7:20 here, it's a little tricky. Okay, it's a little tricky. And all the resistance is here, you see. If you want to be buying, as I always say, do it from the lows with a tight stop loss. Don't muck around here because it's just, I don't know if it's going to, do anything because a lot of trading here. All right, and it's like right in the middle. Okay, you see how the market can break it down, break it up. It just screws everybody over. Okay, but because Friday was a swing there and the market bought, it closed low, so we have to be a bit cautious. But we have a PST breakout to the upside, so going long is okay. First target 56, 4,123, which is there. Now, if we get to 4,123, all good, no problem, because then, okay, we can take some profit. And until there, we could kind of like, mark the trade in, cover the trade. And you can see we've got more room to go up to the upside as well if that kind of happens. All right, so going up is also okay. Just be mindful not to muck around trying to buy it if we have a sudden breakdown. Good hours today will be like 12:30 is a nice hour. Really, it's sexy. It's looking good. Another good hour where the market can pick up now, 305 is a place where the market can really find some good value, whatever you're trading, and can really go with that. And we should have a good push into 440 my time, 440, 445. It's a pretty energetic day. And then we're going to have like a good disruptive pushy kind of stuff into 7 o'clock. So if the market finds direction, it should take us along. So that 7:15 is also important. Keep an eye out for that. The market can either keep pushing, okay, which I think it should do, but just be mindful in case there is a reversal. Wherever the direction is, it should take us into at least 10:30, but I'm thinking we should probably go into closing as well. All right, so those are the hours. So like I said, this is why I said if it breaks down, be extra careful on that. So that's gold. Remember, the trading hours is really for all of them. So or whatever you're trading. The trading hours is for all of them. Let's take a look at euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, we don't have a swing day today. Remember, gold swing day Monday or Tuesday, right? So you have to be careful on that one. But for euro dollar, we don't have a swing day today. Got a swing day later on, so you have to mark it in. But Friday was a swing day, wasn't it, on this one? And that was a good one, as you can see. So euro dollar Friday. So can we follow this to the upside? I think we can. That's your Friday. Okay, so we've already marked that in. No need to do anything here. Where should we come up to? Well, if it's going to come up, let's mark it in, shall we? We should find ourselves somewhere up here. Okay, which is there. All right, so coming up into this price zone here is okay. On the weekly, let's see where we're at. On the weekly, we've got support at 44. It's a price of 14.75. So 14.75. We don't want to be breaking 14.75. I don't mind coming in there and going back up. Okay. It needs to be fast and deadly though. Because this, let's turn this into a little bit of a tighter thing here. This still has potential to come down. God, this is like sick. Because, all right, so we have to see how things pan out. Okay, to see how things pan out. If I was to take that bar, let me just measure a PST bar here. Yeah, it's, so at the end of the day, we can push up. I don't mind buying the euro dollar. Okay, I think it's okay to buy. Where can we buy? Like I said, that's a good level. If it does a stop sweep at trading hours, do it. Obviously, buying the lows to go up is not a bad idea. That weekly 44 is okay. If we touch 14.75, is fine. If we break 14.75, just don't stand in front of it, because the monthly's got room to come down. Okay, so this is important to take a look at as well. So the monthly has room to come down, and big fish eat little fish, and this is a bigger time frame. That 54 is 13.50, and the 52 is 12.20. Wow, that is down on the monthly. So we'll have to see how things pan out here. The market, because we're short-term trading, you have to look out for that resistance on the weekly, 52. Resistance at 15.97. So if the market goes into 15.97, it will get sells 15.97, as you can see there. All right, so this is what I love, the PST. Why? Because price and volume. All right, so if it does go up there, so what you might want to do is, if the time is right, you can sell from the highs. If you want to buy into there, like I said, do it from the low end, from a stop sweep, or this level here, 14.75, 14.83.80 zone there. Let's take a look at SP5. No, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's get rid of the currencies first. Bitcoin, we don't have a swing day today, so check your swing days on that one. And remember from last week, we had a Thursday on that one last week. All right, so I've just switched off the MT4. Well, I haven't switched it off, I just switch to my MT5 because I'm still waiting for the MT4, but it doesn't really matter. If you know technical analysis, if you've taken technical analysis from me, you should all be fine. Now look, remember this zone, I talked about this zone, I was very specific about it. I said, guys, we'll probably dip into here. The market did so nice and easy. Now, as you can see, that's Thursday, because on this stupid platform, I'm not going to mention the broker, it's just like sucks. I don't have the weekends, all right? So here we are. Now, with Bitcoin, I don't have a swing day today. You know when those swing days are going to happen. So just wait for it. And as you can see, Thursday was a swing day on this one. It dipped into this zone. All right, it dipped down here, went all the way there, and so on. So I don't think there are any dramas here because you guys knew all the swing days from ahead. If you bought from here, obviously you would have been stopped out. Okay, but this was like, you know, a target zone, so nothing surprising here. And the previous swing days also, as you know, were from the highs. Let me just see if it came back. Is that it? No, it's still, what a mess. All right, fine, we'll stick with this one. Okay, so what to do? Well, look, if the swing day is tomorrow, okay, then what we should be doing, obviously, is ensuring that we're, you know, looking into buying when we can tomorrow. Where from this zone is okay, but I can do this as well. Let's do this. Okay, as you can see, the real zone, let me mark this in as well. Look, this is on the MT, this is on trading view. Remember I showed you guys this before as well. So this was like on the cards ages ago. Do we still have room to come down? Look. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to come there, okay, but I'm saying this is so delicious, okay, because it's got gaps, okay, all the way in there. So coming into this zone, okay, falling into this zone is like really cool. Doing a stop sweep at 74 into 73, you know, and then wicking it all the way down into here would be nice. Okay, that'd be like really screwing everybody up. But what we want to do is, because we're doing short-term trading, what you can do is just look out for Tuesday. All right, if we are low on a Tuesday, you want to chuck a UE, do it at the trading hours. You guys already have the trading hours anyway for Tuesday as well, for the whole week, so you can just take it and push it into there. All right, so no big dramas there at all. Okay, and that's basically it. All right, I can't think of anything else. On a Tuesday from the lows, you want to be buying. What you can do is, because we wicked down, you can adjust this, okay, into that red bar, which is what the market did. Okay, this is the cause, okay, for the push to the upside. Okay, actually that little bar is there, okay, but it just went into this thing here as well, so which is fine. So from the lows going up for a few days is okay. Where can we head into? Draw your lines like I've done. If you know, you don't need the PST indicator for, if you don't have the PST indicator, you don't need the PST indicator. Just draw your lines like I always do and understand that we've got a target zone there. And this blue bar is going to be your first target. Okay, so if we dip down and you want to push up on a Tuesday, chuck a UE, just mind the blue bar here, because that's going to be a cause. Okay, that's a sell-off. Okay, sell from there into there. So the blue bar is going to be a place where you want to cover your trade, but we should push higher into this triangle zone here. All right, and that's Bitcoin. Now let's go into the indices. Let's do the indices. Because this is MetaTrader 5, I put all the indices into one, what do they call, profile, and everything else, like Bitcoin, Eurodollar, and gold on the other one. Let's see if MT4 is up and running. No, it's not. Okay, so we'll be fine here. This is SP500. All right, so SP500. Remember, with the SP500 and Dow and Nasdaq, we all had a Friday swing day. If you went long on a Friday swing day, you should have been just fine. Okay, that's your swing day, and that's the zone. Okay, remember the red bar, and that's that. More often than not, not always, more often than not, I always take the candle, but it'll touch into the body of the candle. Okay, so that's that. And then today we have on SP500 no swing day until the midweek. So two things can happen here. We're either going to push up into that swing day and fall off, or we're going to dip down and muck around here a little bit and then push down again. If you take a look at the weekly, I don't mind pushing down. That is bearish. All right, as you can see. And that's fine. Okay, we haven't broken this, as you can see, but I'm pretty sure we will. All right, so if we end up high on a swing day, okay, I'm inclined to sell, and the market should retest this low, and I don't mind retesting it either. So be careful. If you're going to do any buying, you want to make sure you do it on the low side. If you want to follow this swing day to the upside, then you're going to have to come back into your 15-minute chart. Let's do this. And come down where the market took off and closed the gap. All right. And that should bring you back down here. So if you want to do any buying, you want to do it here, or you want to do it at a stop sweep. Okay. Stop sweep, push to the upside. That's fine. No buying up here. There are gaps here and here. So two places, there and there. So coming down and then going up is a better option. And then if it goes up, if it doesn't come back, but it keeps pushing to the upside, then obviously you're going to close those gaps. So the market may muck around here all week and then sell off on a Thursday or a Wednesday to push. Okay, so be mindful, because we don't have the swing days today. You're going to have to play it by ear. Like I said, if you want to follow Friday, do it from the lows to the upside. SP500 weekly, again, nice and easy. This is bearish too. On the daily, as you can see, we're closing all the way below that swing, so it is bearish. Do we have a bit of gap? No, it's filled it in on Thursday. Remember, Thursday was a swing day as well, Thursday, Friday. So nice and easy on this one as well. Thursday from the lows, Friday from the lows, going to the upside. And you can see Thursday as well, it closed the gap exactly. This is why I draw these lines. And I do say you don't really need the PST. I love the PST, but it's not a necessity if you know how to do your technical analysis properly. All right. So as you can see, that's already done deal. The only thing that's also possible to do is that gap there. Okay. But like I said, if you want to wait for the swing day, because the swing day is going to be further on down the line on this one as well, you can wait and not muck around. This has potential to keep pushing to the downside. Okay, so be mindful. It's bearish. I like it. You want to follow it into 37.5 to the upside to sell off on a swing day. It's doable. Okay, it's going to be up here 37.5. okay, closing a gap as well. So if you want to follow it to the upside, and oops, let's do this. If you want to do that, that's also doable too. I'm just going to get rid of that 23 because I don't do 23, I do 25. Okay, so 25, and also draw object as background. Ray right. Boom. Okay, so that's going to be around there. You can also mark that in as well. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, impulse, if we push to the upside, selling off is okay. And that could easily come into this red bar here, as you can see, or this red bar, which is more likely. Okay, even if it bounces from here, it should tap back into this red bar. So you could do that as well. Okay, so I'm okay to follow this to the downside as well. So hopefully on a swing day we'll be on the upside. Okay, let me just see template, because I did a new template for all this stuff on, here we are. Okay, there we are. All right, and that's basically it. Okay, so we can still push to the downside, which I think is what we should do. If it goes up to the low of the weekly as well, mark your weeklies as well on your charts, which is 46,865. So then your 46,865 is around here. If we come back up here, you want to sell off. If it's a trading hour, do it. Okay, so it's going to be pretty much at that top again as well. All right, so let's take a look at NASDAQ. Pretty much in there. We should dip into there, as you can see. So it's still bearish, and we should also, let's do template weekly. We should also make sure that if you're going to buy, just do it carefully, because this will have room to come back and go down. All right, so as you can see, we have a fill in there, nice and easy. All right, these are all the stuff you should know anyway from technical analysis. So, and then all we have to do is ride it down. Just make sure you ride it down in the wave. So if we have a swing day and it's on the upside, you want to push further down. Okay, and we should be dipping into there and below. This should also break later on, but this will be a good place to buy for intraday or a few days to the swing to the upside. In the meantime, though, what you want to do is, because we don't have a swing day, you can either wait for the swing days on the indices and see how things pan out, or if you want to follow this swing day to the upside from here to the upside, then make sure you're doing all of that on the low. All right, because there are gaps here. So if it comes back down, stop sweeps a trading hour, and you want to push it up, that's the place, time and price to do it, because it's bearish. Okay, and if you want to sell, hopefully this will go up into Wednesday or Thursday or whenever that swing day is going to happen. And if it does, we should be able to nail it from this zone in downwards. Okay. All right, and your first target is going to be this tip of the blue one there, which is logical. All right, and that's going to be 24,871 if you're pushing it to the upside. But as you can see, going up to sell again is good, or the market can just simply break down into the next swing day and then go up for a few days. So be careful. Do your trading on the edges. Have a good day, and if you have any queries, questions, just write to me.